Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my video review for the Walking Dead comic book series, issue 121, which was released yesterday. This one is part 7 of 12 for the All Out War story arc. Wow, so awesome issue. Just finished reading it. This will contain spoilers for anyone who hasn't read the issue yet and is worried about that type of thing. I have just been absolutely loving the Walking Dead comic book series lately. I mean, I always do for the most part, but definitely this All Out War story arc has been extremely exciting. Of course, last week's issue, or not week, but I guess bi-week, or was it 3 weeks ago? Whatever the heck the release schedule is now. I think it's every 3 weeks or something like that. Issue 120, we had, of course, Negan attacking the Alexandria safe zone, which is no longer a safe zone, and he was hurling tons and tons of grenades over the wall, blowing up all kinds of things like people's houses. Half the houses are like half burnt down. You've got like sections of houses that are missing. Fires just rampant all over the place. Their doctor, Denise, is dead. In this issue, we finally see her put down. Michonne is the one to do it. He doesn't have the strength to do it, can't do it because he cares too much for her. Then they have a nice little funeral procession, it seems. Probably a quick one, I would think. Even though it's just shown in a splash page, one page. You don't get to see any details of that. But you know, it was nice. The imagery told the story. You didn't even have to see any dialogue for that. So that was a cool character that was in the series. Definitely useful with her skills, and a big detriment now that Rick's group is missing her. In addition to that, I want to talk about another person who's really crucial to the whole thing is Eugene, who has now been captured by Negan. So he was, of course, casting the bullets for Rick. You know, he was the smart one that was able to figure out maybe we can go to a tool and die shop and we can actually cast some bullets that we can use for our guns to replenish our ammunition, since ammunition at this point in the zombie apocalypse is so short. So another absolutely crucial member of Rick's group, the survivors, as well as the whole resistance, so to speak, to Negan, and now Eugene has been captured. So that for me is probably the biggest part of this episode or this issue, because of course he's so crucial to Rick, and Negan's trying to beat out of him what exactly he was doing, what's going on. Well, at the same time, Rick is basically looking to hightail because he doesn't have much of a choice. I mean, he could kind of. So Negan's taken him hostage. We don't even know where Negan is at. I think it's safe to assume he's at one of his different hideout type locations, but not the original factory where the Saviors were at, where Rick attacked. I would think they would have just abandoned that and forgotten about it. So Rick doesn't know where they are. Of course, Negan is tough as nails still, and still has a lot of fighters on his side. Rick has lost a good number of people from the survivors group. The Hilltop group is probably the strongest, I think, in terms of their change from the beginning until now. And Ezekiel has basically lost all of his fighters for the most part, pretty much, including his tiger. So, sucks, right? So what are they going to do? I mean, it makes logical sense to just say, hey, you know what? Alexandria Safe Zone's blown up. The kingdom is basically empty now. All of the the people that went to war from there are dead. Any remaining people that are still there, I don't know. I mean, those are their husbands, people they care about, friends, people they survived with all the way through the zombie apocalypse. You got to think that Ezekiel is thinking, I can't even show my face there anymore after I led these people into battle, and they're all dead, all of them, and I'm still here. So it sounds like he wants to get out. He's done. Rick asks him to consider possibly leaving together, that type of thing. And it sounds like all in all around, Rick has agreed. He doesn't really feel the need to stay and fight because the home that they had is basically destroyed, so it has no value. Just like kind of like the prison in a lot of ways. So there's no reason for him to stay there anymore and fight for it or to pay up to Negan. It sounds like they're going to hit the road and just take off. That said, though, we're only in issue number 7 of 12, so I really don't know where Kirkman's going with the rest of these and how he's going to tie it back in to them having to fight again. Yes, he's captured Eugene. Yes, that's a partial reason for Rick to want to stay and want to fight. But he doesn't he doesn't really have enough motivation, in my opinion, to want to stay and fight with Negan when there's a whole world out there, and they could just go find some other place. It seems to me it'd be safer to go find another place to live, a new community, and build a new community than it would be to try to face Negan again. At this point. So heavily interesting developments. I really like the splash page near the end there. We have Rick and he's just kind of looking. You can see them all loading up their supplies, getting ready to leave. Andrea and Carl, well, they're all still there. Well, they're all still alive. And, I'm really excited to see what happens next and how he ties this back in, because we have, number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got, 5 full issues left. Of the All Out War story arc. How's it going to go? Are they going to maybe go to the hilltop and meet with Maggie, or I think it's Maggie's there with them? Well, they may go to the hilltop and pick up some other people, or they may all try to go together, and it may not work out. Negan does seem to know that they're hightailing it the heck out of there, and he tells Eugene that afterwards. So that he knows, but Eugene still hasn't told him what he was doing there, even though he's gonna get it out of him. I would have to say, I don't think he can hold it back no matter what. I mean, even physically, mentally, he's gonna torture him. So he's gonna get it out of him, even if he has to chop off his what. So I thought that was pretty dark, and it was kind of funny too how Negan's joking around about torturing him and everything, and the whole crystal balls joke thing. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know how to comment on that. It was funny, is what I can say. It was funny, and I do like Negan as a character. He's a really colorful villain, and it seems like he may actually survive the All Out War story arc. See, I was thinking, man, Negan's going to die in this story arc, but if Rick and the groups just leave, he's gonna still be there somewhere, and Eugene's gonna have to be forced to join him, unless Dwight turns heel and, well, I guess not turn heel, but against him anyway, and shoots him in the back of the head or something like that. Yeah, I mean, how are they gonna get him? Interesting stuff. So I really enjoyed All Out War. Aside from that, in terms of new developments, I think that's basically it. Carl calling Rick a wimp was kind of funny. Well, it was kind of like one of those teenager, rebellious type things, and I don't know. Carl is he's become such a colorful, interesting character himself too. We're starting to see that at the beginning of that in the television series, and in the comic book series right now, we're seeing like a more developed version of that. Where he does speak his mind, and he is. Yeah, I mean, to call somebody a wimp like that, it's strange. He's messed up. He's pretty damn messed up. So anyway, I really love this issue. I'm going to give it a perfect 10 out of 10. I did think it was perfect. It doesn't really get much better than this. The excitement, the thing with Eugene, the death of Denise, the change in story that they're just going to say, screw it, let's get the hell out of here. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. So I'm really excited to see what happens next and how Kirkman really ties us back in and finishes this war, and whether or not Negan and Rick, Negan and Rick, whether or not both of them are going to survive, if they're going to split this and they're just going to, Rick's going to head out, let's go back and check out the prison, see how the prison's doing, see if we can live there, or find another place to live, while Negan basically stays there, I guess, or I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens with it. Lots of exciting stuff. So anyway, pretty much all I got to say for my review of The Walking Dead issue 121. It never lets me down. Always look forward to the next issue as soon as I finish reading this one. And I really got to read over some of the recent trades because, man, it has been so good. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you think about these developments. And how do you think Kirkman's going to tie it back in to finish this war, and whether or not you think Negan's going to die at the end of this arc or he's going to survive. I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev saying peace.